Hi there and welcome back to Mabel's Closet, and my name is Jane. Today's video is all about a new fabric company that have asked me to join their blogger network, Wow Fabrics, and I just thought I would explain what they are, what they do, and show you what I've made. So welcome back, and before I go on, I am wearing a self-drafted little tunic type of dress made out of some chambray that I had. Just had two little patch pockets at the front, and in fact I drew around an old blouse, a well-worn blouse that I wore and wore and wore. In fact, I wore it so much that it was almost paper thin, the fabric. Before I threw it out, I thought, well, if I draw around it, at least I've got sort of a template to make it again. So I drew around this blouse, and now this is last year. This is like last January, February. I just joined Slimming World. I've got, oh, by the way, if you're following me, I've got 1.5 pounds to go for my 3 stone. So today it is Monday, and I get weighed on Friday. So fingers crossed, I will be getting my 3 stone certificate. That's my target. Anyway, so I digress. So back to when I was making this self-drafted dress. So I drew around the blouse, and don't forget, this is like over a year ago now. So I was just getting back into my dressmaking again. So I drew around the blouse, made a pattern tissue paper template, but I forgot to add the seam allowance in. So I stitched it all up, beautifully stitched, for considering I hadn't been sewing for quite some time. Really pleased with it. Come to put it on, and I was like really tight because I forgot to add the seam allowance. But I thought, well, I'm not going to give up, because obviously I'm trying to lose weight, so it will fit. Now it fits on, and it's quite big now. But yeah, so it's a self-drafted, and I absolutely love it. It's just so simple. Like I say, it's just like an A-line type of tunic top and tunic length with a slight virgin on V type of neckline, and I've just made my own binding. And then I did like a little short sleeve to there, and then I made a type of like a bell. Is it like a bell sleeve on the end? And I made it this length so I could wear it with like long sleeve tees underneath, and just literally like a popover type of tunic smock type of thing, just for around the house. And I've worn it, and obviously because it's chambray, the more you wash it the better it gets. So that's what I'm wearing today. Oh, and I've got my little seamstress pin on. I've just added it to like a brooch pin, and I'm just wearing that today. So back to Wow Fabrics. I don't know whether you've heard of Wow Fabrics. I think they're a fairly new company, and I was approached by them just before Christmas to ask if I would like to join their blogger team, which I said yes, love to, thank you very much. In return, they would send me a choice of their fabrics, and in return I would do obviously make something up with it and send them a blog post. It's a company based in England, and what they do is they print onto, I think they've got 15 pattern bases, so different pattern bases, and they print the design onto whichever pattern base you choose. So for example, I've got some of their swatches here. They do scuba, they do fleece, soft touch, and you can get the sample pack like this, like I've got here. All you need to do is go to Wow Fabrics and ask for the sample packs, and they'll send you all the different types of fabrics that they print on. The spun poly, which is what I have made this dress on, but there's lycra, there's power mesh, there's absolutely loads of different Liverpool, ITY, Ponte, spun poly, there's all sorts. So what you do is obviously you can ask for a sample pack, and then at least you can tell what the fabric feels like and the composition of the fabrics. And then you go back onto the website and you choose out of all the different subheadings of what you'd like to get printed. So you can pick florals, animal prints, geometric, plains, stripes, dotty, vintage. Oh, there's a really long list of different fabrics that you can choose, and then obviously you go on to that genre. Say for example vintage, I picked this off the vintage collection. This is the vintage paisley, and I got this printed onto the spun poly, and it's got a bit of t-shirt feel to it, this. And I thought, what can I make with this? So I thought I'd go a little bit out of the box, and I'd do another Tilly in the Buttons indigo dress. Now I know the pattern suggests a woven fabric, and I thought, well, I wonder what it would be like in this spun poly, which is like a t-shirt jersey, fine jersey fabric. So I was a little bit apprehensive, thinking, God, you know, because they've gifted me this fabric for me to make something, and I was thinking, if this goes pear-shaped, then obviously I'm not going to get anything made out of it. So I was a little bit apprehensive, but I thought, well, if you don't try, you know, you would never know. And it's stitched up like a dream. I went just for the plain version of the Tilly dress. I'll just show you if you've never heard of the Tilly in the Buttons indigo dress, which I'm sure you probably have heard. So that's the picture there. And it comes with lots of variations on how you can make it. And I've made it before using the gorgeous Italian viscose. There's a better picture. And I'll put a picture of me wearing the one that I made in this gorgeous fabric. I went for the full version, the frill on frill, the frill on the sleeves, the frill on the bodice, and I went for like the dress length. But for this one, I didn't go, I just went for the plain version, so plain sleeves. No, I didn't put the frill on, and no frill on the bodice either. Just thought I'll just go plain. I didn't want to tempt fate, because I thought if my machine decided to chew it up when I was trying to do all the gathering and what have you, then I was going to be snookered. So I went for the plain, but I really like how it's turned out. It's another great dress to pop on over your tights, over my tights or over my trousers, and it doesn't crease, and it's got a lovely drape to it. So as I say, this is the vintage paisley, but you could have this printed on fleece. You could have it printed on spandex. You know, there's also the Liverpool, which has got like a crepey feel to it. Yeah, it's got like a crepey feel, and then there is a crepe as well, which again has a crepey feel but not as much texture. Then they've got bubble crepe, which is still got the crepey feeling but more like a chiffon drape. So, you know, there's lots you can choose from. They've even got velvet. And let's see what else they've got. The fleece. The fleece is nice because it's really soft on the back, and obviously you get your pattern printed on the front, which is it's good actually, because quite a lot of fabrics, you know, come especially pretty floral fabrics, you can mainly only get them on wovens. So it's nice to be able to get the choice to have them printed on non-woven, because all their fabrics are like a stretch to them. They're not woven. They're not like there's no cotton. It's not a cotton-based fabrics. They're all like a woven type of fabric. And another thing you can do as well with Wow Fabrics, if you've got your own design or anything like that, you send them your design, your logo, your image or whatever. You send it to them, choose your fabric base out of the 15 bases, and they will print it onto fabric for you. So you could get your very own unique fabric printed, so which I think is absolutely brilliant too. So as I say, this is my first fabric from them, and I'm waiting on a second one which is more geometric circles, and I can't quite remember what I chose because I've got a memory like a sieve, but I'm sure I went for the Ponte. and it's got no very little stretch lengthways, and it's got the stretch going widthways, and it's got good recovery. It recovers really well. So I'm looking forward to working on the Ponte when that arrives, and that'll be on my next blog make. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to make with that yet. I have a feeling I might have another go at the French Dart by Maven Patterns. Again, just trying a jersey fabric on a woven pattern just to see how that turns out. I'm sure it's been made by other people using non-woven fabrics, that pattern, so I'll give that a try. So I just thought I'd share with you about Wow Fabrics. You may never have heard of them. Like I say, I think they're a fairly new company, but I just think it's really clever how you can choose your base fabric and then you can choose what print you would like adding to it, or even better, if you've got your own design, you can get that printed on it too, which I think is a really great idea. And the delivery time is fairly quick too. I just thought I'd show you what I've made with mine so far, and it's worked out really well. So this, I made the Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress, and the drape's really nice, and it's got a lovely, I just love this old-fashioned vintage print on this one. So I just thought I'd share with you, and I'll put the link for Wow Fabrics in the box below, and if you fancy having a browse on there, click that link. It is an affiliate link, and if you do decide to buy anything from that link, I will get a small commission, but it doesn't cost you anything to click on that link. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, thumbs up please, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.